The arena breathes like a living creature under blinding white lights as thousands of voices rise into one thunderous roar. Cameras glide across faces filled with anticipation while the ring stands alone at the center like sacred ground waiting for history to unfold. Two fighters walk toward destiny from opposite corners, carrying different journeys yet chasing the same moment. This is not only a fight. This is a collision of belief, ambition, and identity. The referee steps forward with calm authority. His voice cuts through the noise with ritual clarity. Okay, boys, you know the rules. Obey my commands at all times. Defend yourselves at all times. God bless. Touch gloves. Leather meets leather for a brief second. Respect exists only for a heartbeat. Before survival replaces courtesy, on one side stands Shakur Stevenson. Olympic pedigree. Undefeated champion. A master of precision who moves like a shadow slipping through light. He carries the reputation of a three-division king. Every step calculated, every breath controlled. He does not rush chaos. He studies it. He dismantles it. Across from him stands Josh Padley, the underdog from the United Kingdom. A man who until recently lived an ordinary life outside the spotlight. A fighter who worked through struggles unknown to arenas filled with cameras. Tonight, he steps into a world few ever reach. No fear in his eyes, it's only opportunity. The bell rings. Round one begins with silence beneath the noise. Stevenson circles lightly on his toes, measuring distance with surgical patience. His jab flicks forward, like a warning shot. Padley advances cautiously, testing the champion with determination rather than hesitation. He knows the challenge ahead. He knows the level difference spoken about by analysts and critics. Still, he presses forward. Stevenson makes his first statement. Without throwing power, a subtle movement backward. Sharp counter. The crowd reacts instantly. His timing is razor sharp. He forces Padley to miss, then punishes the mistake before it even finishes forming. Padley refuses to freeze. He throws combinations fueled by courage. He understands that survival alone is not enough. He must express himself. He must fight without regret. The champion reads everything. Each feint from Stevenson draws a reaction. Each reaction becomes another opening. His footwork glides across the canvas like choreography practiced since childhood. When Padley steps forward, Stevenson disappears. Padley pauses. Stevenson strikes. A clean body shot lands from Stevenson. Short, precise, devastating. Padley absorbs it and nods, almost in defiance. He came here to fight. He will not fade quietly. Round two unfolds with growing rhythm. Stevenson begins layering attacks. Jab upstairs, left hand downstairs, angle change, reset. The pattern feels invisible yet impossible to solve. Padley attempts pressure, trying to disrupt the champion's comfort. The effort earns applause from fans who admire bravery. Commentators speak about levels, about experience, about the difficulty of adjusting to Stevenson's speed. Padley learns in real time under unforgiving lights. Every exchange becomes a lesson written through impact. Stevenson smiles briefly during a clinch. Calm confidence radiates from him. He knows the fight belongs to his tempo. Padley lands a solid punch that draws cheers. A reminder that courage still matters inside elite competition. Stevenson acknowledges it with a nod, then answers immediately with a flawless counter combination that snaps Padley's head back. The difference grows. Clearer, round three brings sharper intensity. Stevenson increases output. His jab becomes constant. Like a metronome controlling the pace of battle, he doubles it, triples it, and slides away before retaliation arrives. Padley chases, trying to close distance, yet the champion controls every inch of space. Body shots begin accumulating. Not explosive, not reckless. Calculated investments designed to slow resistance. But Padley continues advancing, showing heart that cannot be measured by statistics. The crowd senses the narrative forming. One fighter demonstrating mastery, it's the other demonstrating will. Between rounds, Padley listens calmly to his corner. No panic, only encouragement. They remind him that opportunities like this define careers. He breathes deeply and returns to the ring. Ready again? Round four? Stevenson begins to open up creatively. Uppercut from close range, pivot. Straight left through the guard. The combinations flow with artistic precision. Analysts describe his style as poetry in motion. Tonight, that poetry becomes pressure. Padley refuses surrender. He fires back during exchanges, refusing to be overwhelmed by reputation. Each punch he throws carries personal pride. Audience respects his refusal to retreat. Stevenson adjusts instantly whenever resistance appears. His ring IQ shines brightest when challenged. He anticipates movement before it happens. He controls angles. Before they exist, the champion targets the body again. Sharp left hand lands beneath the ribs. Padley exhales heavily, yet steps forward once more. Round 5 begins with Stevenson accelerating. The rhythm changes. The champion senses vulnerability. Combinations arrive faster now. Jab to body. Hook upstairs. Straight left snapping through. Defense. Padley absorbs punishment, yet continues searching for openings. Courage meets precision. Padley manages. A brief offensive burst pushing Stevenson backward for the first time. The crowd erupts, sensing possibility. Stevenson remains composed, then slips 3 punches effortlessly and answers with a blistering combination that halts. Momentum immediately. Class reveals itself in moments like these. The fight moves deeper, into technical dominance. Stevenson displays defensive brilliance rarely seen. He makes opponents miss by inches, counters without wasted motion. Efficiency replaces aggression. Control replaces chaos. Round 6, Padley shows remarkable endurance. Many expected him to fade early, yet he remains standing, trading determination for survival. The story of an underdog refusing collapse unfolds before millions watching worldwide. Stevenson increases body attacks again. Each shot thuds with intention. The accumulation begins to show. Padley slows slightly, though his spirit remains unbroken. The champion looks relaxed, almost playful. He experiments with angles, switching stance briefly, then returning to southpaw comfort. Every movement demonstrates mastery developed through years of elite competition. Round 7 carries growing urgency from the crowd. They want to finish. They want spectacle. Stevenson hears the energy but remains disciplined. He understands boxing beyond entertainment. Winning cleanly matters more than reckless risk. Still, the pressure builds. Padley throws with renewed aggression, trying to change the narrative. He lands a few punches that draw appreciation. Stevenson answers immediately with sharp counters, reminding everyone who controls the ring. The champion's jab becomes dominant again. Long, accurate, unavoidable. Padley struggles to close distance. Without absorbing punishment, every attempt costs energy. Round 8 arrives. Stevenson senses the moment approaching. His combinations flow smoother now. He begins stepping inside with authority rather than patience. Body shots dig deeper. Hooks snap faster. Padley absorbs heavy blows, yet refuses the canvas. Respect grows across the arena. Commentators praise Padley's bravery. Few fighters endure this level of skill without breaking mentally. He remains focused even while losing rounds. Stevenson presses harder. Precise left hand staggers Padley slightly. The champion follows with relentless bodywork, forcing Padley toward the ropes. The crowd rises, sensing imminent danger. Padley fires back, courageously refusing passive defense. For a moment, both fighters exchange at close range. Sweat sprays through bright lights. Sound of punches echoes sharply. Then Stevenson resets again, calm, controlled, calculated. Round 9 begins with tension thick in the air. Stevenson increases pressure immediately. He targets the body with vicious accuracy. One perfectly placed shot lands deep, causing Padley to fold momentarily. The champion recognizes the effect instantly. He steps forward, unleashing combinations with surgical violence. Padley struggles to respond. Another clean shot connects. Padley drops to the canvas for the first time. The crowd explodes in shock and excitement. The referee begins counting while Stevenson waits silently in a neutral corner. Padley rises, showing heart beyond expectation. He nods to continue. Determination refuses defeat. The fight resumes. Stevenson wastes no time. He knows opportunity when it appears. He attacks with relentless precision. Every punch placed with intent. Body, head, body again. Champion flows forward like inevitable momentum. Padley attempts resistance, but fatigue and accumulated damage. Slow reactions. Another powerful combination lands, sending him down again. The arena erupts louder than before. Padley stands once more. Courage undeniable. Spirit intact. Stevenson advances carefully. No wild swings, only controlled execution. He understands responsibility as champion, finishes fights with intelligence, not desperation. A final barrage begins. Clean shots land. Repeatedly, Padley absorbs punishment yet struggles to defend effectively. His corner watches closely, recognizing danger. The referee steps in. The fight is over. Shocker. Stevenson raises his gloves as victory becomes official. The WBC lightweight champion successfully defends his title with a stoppage that reflects dominance. Built through patience and skill, the crowd applauds both fighters. Stevenson for brilliance, Padley for courage. Inside the ring, respect replaces rivalry. Stevenson acknowledges his opponent with sincerity. He understands the sacrifice required to step into championship battle regardless of outcome. For Padley, this night becomes more than defeat.